10:15. Got a shot fired.
Yeah, that's just a few moments of newly surfaced body camera video of a 16-year-old killing. Isiah Murrietta Golding. He was shot in the back of the head by a Fresno, California police officer. This was back on April 14, 2017. You see in the video, he was running away from police at the time, and the officer shoots him as he's climbing a fence. Here's the thing, though. He's climbing that fence into an area where there's a daycare center. Now, the officer here has been cleared of any wrongdoing by the Fresno Police Department. That happened in 2018. But we're talking about it now because the teen's family is suing the police, saying the officer used excessive and unlawful deadly force and committed assault and battery with negligence. I want to bring in by phone retired LAPD Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey to talk about this, because when we see this video, Cheryl, and we want to point out there's a statement from the Fresno Police Department saying and pointing out, listen, we get it. We were investigating a homicide here. They put some context to the fact that this 16-year-old was involved in the murder with his brother, and the video represents a different vantage point and was not what the pursuing officers could see. So they're saying hindsight 2020. Do you agree?
Well, listen, they're using code talk, and so they're saying that this young man was involved, but that does not mean that he was the shooter in the homicide. Involved could have been a witness. Involved could have been, I know the shooter, and so you only get to use deadly force in the immediate defense of your life or the life of another person. I get that this young man should not have run, and so he bears some culpability for trying to evade arrest, but at the end of the day, police officers don't get to shoot somebody because they don't have the physical ability to get over a fence and get them. This is just like Walter Scott, who was shot in the back 8 times by Michael Slager because he ran. It's offensive, and I am in total opposition to what this police department is saying. They understand the civil suit is coming, and so they're trying to minimize and mitigate this bad behavior and hopefully avoid having to pay this family for a death that should not have occurred.
Cheryl, you point out an officer can shoot if he believes his life is in danger or someone else's life is in danger. That suspect was climbing a wall into an area where there's a daycare center. I mean, could that be enough of a threat where police believe kids could have been harmed?
No, it's not enough of a threat. I said immediate defense of life. And so what was it that this young man did? Did they see a weapon? No, he didn't have one. They said he was reaching for his waistband, but listen, these kids wear pants that are too big and they're down on their hips, and so it could have very well been that he's reaching, probably, he didn't have a weapon to pull his pants up because he's trying to get away. So you don't get to catch somebody. You set up a perimeter. You call in additional units. You give a description and a direction in which the suspect is fleeing. You don't get to shoot them because you can't catch them.
I also want to play for our viewers what an officer was heard saying right after the shooting. This is actually audio from the body cam video. Watch. Good shot is said there. I mean, that's almost like a hunting comment, not, I would imagine, typical of a police situation, but you would know.
Well, listen, that just goes to show you that they don't value black and brown lives, and so this is the mindset. How do you take the life of another human being, no matter whether or not you may really believe that they're involved in some kind of criminality, and you celebrate the taking of another life? And so all of that is problematic for me. The officer who shot and the officer who responded and said to him, good shot, because that lets you know that they will do that again if given an opportunity.
As a former sergeant here, we know that there are no issues of criminal charges. That's already been resolved. This is a civil lawsuit. Do you think this warrants a payout?
Absolutely, it warrants a payout. Now, whether or not they will, because they're going to bring in people that are going to speak double speak and cold talk, like they said. He may have been involved, which doesn't mean he was involved in a homicide. They just wanted to talk to him. And so we'll see how much money they decide this young man's life is worth, because no amount of money will bring him back.
Cheryl Dorsey, it's always great to have you. Thanks for being with me.
Thank you.